Welcome to the Chase Carter Concept Podcast for Tuesday, November 10th, the day I'm supposed to get my Xbox Series X. But nope. Amazon said no. Target said no. Walmart said no. You're not a part of our premium membership screwy fuck card. So we're not. I think that's honestly it. I think it's because I don't have Amazon Prime. I see all these people posting online. Oh, Amazon shipped it. Amazon blah 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 blah. And I asked them all, and by all I mean two, were they member of Prime? They said yes. Me, not a Prime member, didn't get it. I think they're discriminating. I would like someone to look into it. There's a Target down the street. I walked in this morning, and I was like, by any random chance, did you guys get any Xboxes? They told me no, they cannot sell the Xboxes day one in the store. It's all online. But tomorrow they can. They're like, yeah, if we get any extra shipments in. So what's the difference between, so you just didn't want the people, like people are going to camp out or get in a group regardless. I guess if you do it on the second, third, or fourth day, people kind of just forget about it. It's that first day rush kind of thing. But I don't know. I don't know if they did it to just stop people from gathering, or just maybe the low amounts of units they have. Or maybe there's not a low amount of units and I just got screwed over. I even got on Walmart, had this countdown thing today, and it did the countdown, and I ordered it, got it in my cart, went to put all my information in, clicked, took me like 2 or 3 minutes. I should have pre-entered all of this information. I didn't realize that. I thought if you clicked it, it held your item for at least a minute or two to give you time to put in your payment information. But no, they just, right when I went to say check out, they told me, no, you don't know. Out of stock. We were in stock 2 minutes ago, but now we're out of stock. It's like, then what did me clicking on the add to cart button do? It just made a wish? Is that what it did? How does your system work? Is it garbage? Oh, it is? Okay. Now, granted, probably in a few weeks, I'll have my Xbox and I won't even remember this, but I'm frustrated now. And I'm not even trying to play a next-gen game. The only real next-gen game is the 2K game, if you want to call that next generation. They said there's a whole new My Player career mode. There's not. It's the same thing. By the way. Now, maybe after the little prologue, cutscenes and all that, it's new. But I've been following people who broadcast their stuff, and it's just the same old BS. The same thing. Unbelievable. But no, I'm just looking forward. Assassin's Creed Valhalla came in. But this gives me time. To be honest, this gives me time to finish Assassin's Creed Odyssey before I hop into Valhalla. But yeah, it's just really interesting how Amazon can take your pre-order, hold your item. Like they have a certain number. They take in so many, but maybe they think they're going to get a certain amount, and then they pre-order it, and then the shipment that comes into them, or the amount that they're allowed to buy, is less. I don't think anybody knows what they're doing in every facet of the world. I don't think anybody knows. The hospitals didn't know how to handle COVID. Apparently ER rooms just got overwhelmed everywhere, but nowhere at the same time. It's like, well, if you have a few weeks to prepare, can't you meet the demand? Like, say if we always have a pandemic, we're going to build hospitals that are capable of handling a pandemic. So do that. Do that. Now I can see it. Not at first, and I have no business talking about these things. But you're going to get a certain amount. I would guess, but maybe, I don't know. It's not like the pandemic hit the video game thing. Like that happened in March or April. So what does that have to do about Amazon's pre-order request or unit request? I have no idea. But anyways, I've been pretty good. Starting another podcast with my friend Raymond. It's called Video Games and Nonsense. That should be out within the next day or two. We recorded our first episode yesterday. I'm still trying to figure out how to overlay a layout on top of a video of two idiots talking, and then I'm working on the logo. I kind of like. I'm getting a little. I'm going a little overboard on the logo with my skill set. I've been up since 8:00. I've been working on it since 9, and I just stopped now. I've been working on this logo I can't even count that many hours. Haven't ate yet. Haven't ate breakfast yet. I'm like, oh, I'll eat breakfast after I do this little edit on the thing. And then 2 hours later, I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, where'd the time go? But I'm really enjoying, excuse me. I'm really enjoying putting that together. That should be fun when it's all done. And then figuring out how to make like my face look kind of cartoonish, but not too silly. And then there's all these different programs that you have to buy. There's free trials. And I kind of made a workaround where you can use the premium version and get a picture out of it. But kind of it's interesting how you can find little workarounds once you kind of delve into what it is. But it's pretty cool. Let's see what's going on. Girlfriend news. Still my girlfriend, surprisingly. I know I'm just as shocked as everybody else. She's at work right now. She should be getting off work here pretty soon and going to Costco. And hopefully she gets all the food I told her to get at Costco. But I won't go with her to Costco because she spends way too much time shopping. Way too much time. Going down up and down every aisle. And then she tells me, she wants me to go to Costco. And then she spends a whole lot of time at Costco. And then she says, well, I have like an anxiety when I'm around a lot of people. So, and I'm like, and this is the person who wants to go out and mingle almost every single day. At least that's how she comes off. That's how she presents herself. And it's just funny seeing, I don't know, just living with her, seeing the little issues we get into. She got upset at me not the other day, like I want to say probably 4 days ago, 5 days ago. It doesn't matter. A while ago, she got upset at me because she did something in the video game, and I like raised my voice at her. And I'm like, I told you. I was like, okay, you got to do this. You got to do that. You got to angle the sail. You got to angle the sail. And then I want you to get near them. No, get near them. Yeah, get near them. Get near them. And she has like this delay. And then, so as anyone does, if I repeat myself over and over, and it's like an immediate, it's not an emergency. It's a silly video game. But in the confines of a video game, it's an emergency. Hey, there's a ship coming. It's dangerous. What do I do? Get on the ship and protect it. The main important thing is the ship. Protect the ship at all times. And so, but after that, we've been playing and we've been getting along a lot better. I got her playing Gears of War, the very first one. I'm trying to show her little bits and pieces of different games because she likes first person shooters. She gets that. But I don't think I've seen her play, or at least shown her a third person. I showed her the original Resident Evil, and that was too scary for her. A game that was made in 1997 or whenever, in the 90s, is too scary for a grown woman now. So that's an interesting thing. I was like, there's no way and it's all pixelated. It doesn't look scary. It's not oh, that's her. Hold on a second. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you eat pears? I don't remember.
No, I do not like pears.
Okay.
Are you at Costco like I told you to go to?
You know what? Shut up.
Okay.
And you eat a lot of strawberries. Maybe I'll get you 2 of those.
Okay. And don't act like you don't eat strawberries.
Eat a couple.
A couple.
I was just trying to see. They don't have green apples, and I don't like red ones.
Okay.
Did you think of anything else?
No. Go find my Xbox.
Ha ha ha. I went past. I didn't see anything. Unfortunately.
Well, you have to ask. It's not going to be out on the thing. You have to ask. Ask one of the people. The helpers. I highly doubt it's going to be there, but just ask for me. It's going to take you 2 minutes.
Okay. I mean, did you already buy it?
I did. My pre-order's down, but not my but they haven't charged me. I could cancel it at any time.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna the Amazon told me it's gonna get here sometime before December 31st. So
Okay.
I have time to find another Xbox.
Okay. I'll check.
It's not an emergency, but just ask.
Okay.
And then I want you to drive around to every store around there to look for one.
Very funny.
Okay. Are you almost done?
Like halfway.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you said you ate lamb from when my sister made it, so they had lamb chops.
That's
some of those.
That's fine.
Okay. And I don't remember. Do you like stew?
What kind of stew?
I don't know. I was just gonna maybe I got a lot of potatoes. So I was thinking potatoes, carrot. I can make a stew at some point.
Okay, that sounds fine. I trust your culinary skills.
Okay. I know the last time I made it sucked. But this time I'm gonna get the right shit.
Okay, good. Okay. Go get the right shit.
I'll call you when I'm on my way over close.
Yeah, when you need help.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
bye. And that is the wonderful Corey. Corey, she's so sweet. She better bring back my candy though. Yeah. So what was I saying? Video games. I can't remember. But she Gears of War. So she is starting to play Gears of War now, and she doesn't like Gears of War because there's no jump button. The character is a third-person cover-based shooter. So it's more the games that she plays, they have like double jumps. They can kind of float in the air, fly in the air kind of games. And but once Gears of War is it's more tactical, I would say, but it's extreme tactical. And so she is like, I don't know if I like this. It's hard to get into cover. It's a game the type of game she's never played before. So it's interesting seeing her trying to navigate that as someone who doesn't play video games. And then also the it's pixelated. Like it doesn't look as good as this looks better than Resident Evil, but she complained about the graphics here in Gears of War, but she didn't complain about the Resident Evil graphics, which I thought was interesting. I'm like, those were worse. How come? And then, but there's a Gears of War Ultimate Edition that they went back and redid Gears of War, the first one. So I think we're gonna play that one, so she can get her pretty graphics. But yeah, so we've been having a good time. We're good. She's been trying to play Yahtzee. I just figured out how to play Yahtzee the other day. Try Costco. Yeah, I tried Costco. It's like my friend is telling me to try. He's like, you should go to Costco to get your Xbox. Apparently, that's where he got it. He apparently got two. He got the X and the S. Interesting. Good for him. Lucky son of a lucky. What was I saying? I can't even remember what I was saying here. Get back on track, Chase. Gears of War, jumping around. Yeah, so she didn't like how it was ground-based. And then I don't think she had any other issues. The holding the left trigger to aim and then fire was fine. The reload, where you have to tap the right bumper, she's fine with that. I think she lets it go through. I don't think she actually does the active reload, but she's getting the hang of it. So not too bad. She's playing on hardcore, co-op hardcore. That's like medium. There's casual, hardcore, and then insane. I think the new version has another one. We'll have to see. I think we're gonna play that tonight. I believe I got it downloaded on our Xbox X's, not Series X's. Amazon, unbelievable. I want to read this email. I got it on Monday. And by the way, hey Amazon, could you let me know that you're not sending me my thing until the day before? It's like, it says it's from Amazon.com. Hello, we're contacting you with an update regarding your order of the Xbox Series X. We expect to ship your console in the upcoming weeks as we receive more inventory in November and December. At this time, we anticipate you will receive your Xbox Series X by 12/31 or before. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. We're making every effort to get it to you as soon as possible and apologize for any inconvenience. You will receive an email notification when your order has shipped. It will, if you would no longer like to receive this product, you can cancel it from your order page by clicking the following link. So I got a question. Did they know? Because I saw online people shared their Amazon order updates and it said shipped, and that was a week ago. It was the same time that my Assassin's Creed Valhalla game copy shipped here. So why didn't they tell me then that my order wasn't going to get completed? Then I would have had a whole week to look for other pre-orders so I can possibly get it on day one, because you want to let your consumers know as soon as possible. They let me know the day before. So it's like Amazon got around and was like, hey, we have all these pre-orders. We can't fill them. Okay, so all the people who have Amazon Prime, they're our favorites. They're going to get the pre-orders first, okay? And then people are going to have the leftovers. Okay, well, what about the people who we know we're not going to give it to? Don't you want to tell them so they can go somewhere else and get... No. Because they're going to cancel the pre-order. We're not 100% sure that we're pretty sure that we're not going to get all these orders in. Well, no. What we're going to do is we're going to wait till the last possible minute, so then they can't get their Xboxes, and then that everywhere is sold out, and then they have to keep the pre-order through us. Well, that seems kind of like a shitty move. I know. Ready? Shitty move on 3. 1, 2, shitty move. Just let us know a little bit. Now, if you honestly didn't know, which I highly doubt, because they have all the numbers, whatever that means. Like, no, I'm not going to renew stars. Ashwell. Oh, then the election is apparently over, but not over, but over, but not over, but over, but not over. What's going on? Joe Biden becomes president the next day. The next day or two, the news that a vaccine 90% effective against COVID. Stock market, the stocks went through the roof. It was unbelievable. The timing. If people don't think this is a conspiracy, that people don't hold things out like stimulus checks, whether it's the Democrats or Republicans withholding it for whatever reason, the Democrats don't want to send it out because it has Donald Trump's name on it, and the fact that Donald Trump wants his name on it for election, to be voted back in. Like, just neither one of you guys really care about getting people the money. You just care what giving the people the money means that can benefit you. People are losing their jobs, everything. People are hunkering down and just trying to get through this. And they got one stimulus check over the course of 8 months, and their government saying a lot of places like bartenders, waitresses, and stuff like that, you can't work. It's unbelievable. You told me to pray. Unbelievable. But I don't know. I want to see. I want to ask Mike how that 2K game is and see if it's different or new. Hey, let me know what you think of NBA 2K. I'm betting it's the same exact thing as the one they just released. The one they just released, just better graphics. Well, we got these new modes. I watched the cutscene. It's the same boat cutscene. I was like, oh, what? And then they said you'll be able to, what was it? 2K tweeted out, you'll be able to go to the G League out of high school. Or you'll be able to go to, you'll be able to stay in college for up to 4 years. But they don't show any of that they just tell you that. They don't show you how it works. So is it just like a repeat of the season? Like you have cutscenes. You have cutscenes in high school and you have cutscenes, I'm assuming, in college or the G League. So it's all different. If you choose to go to the G League, people from like the past 2K games are in there. All different sorts of things. Oh, here she is again, calling back.
I have 2 more questions.
Calling back. What?
So mac and cheese, they do have it. It is, but there's 3 different kinds. I'm sure you don't give a shit which type, but it has 3 different types of cheese. So like white cheddar is one, classic cheddar is the other, and then aged cheddar is the third one.
You can get you can get one each. We can try it out.
Yeah, no, it's a variety.
Ooh, it's a variety pack. I like variety.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just want to make sure you would, help eat the other ones. It won't just be me finish them off.
Yes, I will. I will help you eat macaroni and cheese.
And then the other question is, I know you wanted white rice, but does it matter what kind? Like, I don't know if you wanted like sticky rice. They have long grain rice.
You can get you can get sticky rice and then just normal rice as well. Normal white rice.
The normal brown rice I got before, but
no, I want to switch to white for a little bit. I mean, you can get both, but
both.
Okay, that's fine. I want sticky rice. Like Asian rice too. I like that.
Well,
what?
I'm not. No. I think I'm having trouble trying to figure out what the hell is good one for like sticky rice, because most of them. Oh wait, there's the one that says cooked. It's pre-cooked.
White rice. White rice that sticks together. I don't know if that's a way that we have to cook it to make it stick. I have no idea.
Medium grain rice. They do actually have a medium grain. I saw it over here. So maybe I'll just get that one.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Because there's long grain. Those ones aren't sticky. I think the California one is, but it's a massive bucket bag.
If only you had a sister that was a chef that could help you figure this out.
She doesn't specialize in that kind of food.
I'm pretty sure she knows the difference between rice, Corey. But okay. If she doesn't, she's not a chef.
I'm sure she doesn't specialize in Asian food.
It's not Asian food. It's just rice. She had it in the burrito she made. She had the white rice in there. She's a chef. Yeah, she knows how to cook all types of rice. Yes, that's why I'm asking for it. What are we doing here? You just want someone to talk to right now? Are you lonely at Costco?
No, if you could just see what I'm looking at. Because most of what they have is long grain.
Okay, that's okay.
They do have jasmine rice, but I don't think that's going to be sticky like you want it.
Okay, we'll figure it out. If it's too difficult for you, I'll figure it out later.
Not too difficult. I'm just saying if I get the wrong type of rice.
I'll eat it still. I'll eat normal white rice. Just get white rice. I'll eat it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All
All right. Looking forward to the next call.
It's gonna be 50 pounds, by the way.
50 pounds. What's 50 pounds?
The bag of rice.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. I was like, do you really want to get that big of a bag?
I didn't ask you for the big bag. I'm sure they have boxes, normal boxes.
No.
They do. They have normal just normal boxes that are like in a pack.
They have a container that has pre-cooked sticky white rice.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they don't have just a 50-pound bag of rice at Costco.
There's 50 pounds and there's 25 pounds. But the 25-pound one, I don't think that's sticky. I think it's long grain. I don't think you can make that sticky.
Okay, then we'll get it somewhere else then. We don't need a 50-pound bag. That's huge.
Yeah, I know. That's what I wanted to call you.
Yeah, do not buy the 50-pound bag of rice. We're not.
All right, so
we're not a family of 7.
I'm surprised the other brand of like the short grain brown rice doesn't have like the white rice version.
This is the longest conversation I've ever had about rice.
This is probably the only conversation you've had about rice.
Untrue.
All right. I promise. I think that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. She will go on and on and on and on. Good Lord, lady. This is the sticky grain rice and then the long grain. If you don't know what it is, just leave it and I'll go get it later. It's not that big of a deal. I do not want to be on the phone for 5 minutes. See, this is why I didn't want to go to Costco. So I didn't want to go. I would have this conversation in person and I'd be trapped there. I couldn't go anywhere. I'm going to hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. If it's not easy to find, move on and we'll find it later. The people just sit there and like, well, I don't know the exact rice I want. Just grab it and go. Please. 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 But yeah, so I've been having fun playing video games with her, hanging out with her, being with her. We're looking to get a laptop. We got to find a laptop that edits video better, quicker, faster. If anybody knows of a nice laptop that will edit video, and I'm not doing anything crazy and editing pictures and photos and stuff like that, let me know. I think we're willing to spend like $700 on one. She has an older like 4-year-old computer, which I'm using now, which works fine, but looking to upgrade. She wants to upgrade, so I'm gonna do it for her. Gonna do it for her. So let's get into news that I found interesting this week. Rest in peace. Very sad news. Alex Trebek passed away. After he was 80 years old, he died of pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic? How do you say it? The Canadian-born Trebek hosted the popular game show since 1984. I was -2, presiding over more than 8,000 episodes. Can you imagine the money he made? And then who's gonna take over? Who's gonna take over? I don't think anyone can do that job. Anyone else can do that job. But really, most people just move on, and in 10 years, they'll probably forget about him. This is also another interesting story. Alan Ruck, you'll know him from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He was Cameron. He's pitched a sequel idea that involves an escape from a nursing home. So I thought that would be pretty cool. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off, they're 2 old people, and it's the same concept, but just in a nursing home. That would be really cool to see those characters come back. I wonder if that one chick in the she was so attractive back then. I wonder if she's still good looking as an old lady. Probably still say, "Oh, that was Kate Beckinsale." All right. So let's see. Netflix is. Oh, this is weird. Netflix is taking a bold new step into a linear scheduled TV channel. The new direct service being trialed in France this month. Netflix is testing out a new linear content channel dubbed Netflix Direct, which will offer subscribers real-time scheduled programming for the very first time. Netflix is trialing the new service that will pull content from the streaming giant's existing library and present it in a linear scheduled format for those subscribers who like the idea of accessing a pre-programmed feed that doesn't require them to choose what they're going to watch, similar to standard broadcast TV. So it's interesting. They took the on-demand audience. They realized people like, but now they also realized possibly people just like to sit in front of a television and be told what to watch. And they're like, we're going to get those people too. Yeah, I have a news article from The Verge. Amazon says Xbox Series X's pre-orders won't arrive till. Yeah, I know. I was there. This is ESPN. Amanda Nunes. I'm a UFC fan. So Amanda Nunes withdraws from UFC 256 for undisclosed reasons. The person that was supposed to challenge her for the title, Megan Anderson, she was scheduled to defend her Nunes was scheduled to defend her 145-pound title against Anderson in the main event of UFC 256 on December 12th in Las Vegas. The UFC has not officially announced the cancellation of the bout or a new main event for what will mark its final pay-per-view of 2020. Anderson, who is riding a 2-fight winning streak and has yet fought for the UFC championship, tweeted a series of broken heart emojis from her account Monday. All I was told is that Amanda has a serious medical issue and that they're working on rescheduling the bout currently. That would suck. Speaking of me not getting my Xbox, you know what I mean? I'm sure my Xbox is a little bit of a bigger deal, but that poor lady. Imagine trying to go after the title, challenging the champion for the title, and then the champion pulls out for undisclosed reasons. Like, it's a serious medical issue. Don't worry about it. There was a rumor article that Cyberpunk was going to get delayed again. People freaked out, but it's like, oh no, we were that's unfounded. Eurogamer published an article. GTA publisher Take-Two confirms purchase of Codemasters in deal worth nearly $1 billion. Yeah, excuse me. So, news by Tom Phillips. Borderlands and Grand Theft Auto publisher Take-Two has agreed on a near $1 billion price tag to snap up British racing giant Codemasters. Take-Two announced today it had shook hands on a $994 million deal, which is expected to be completed in spring of 2021. Codemasters will join fellow Take-Two owned labels such as 2K, Rockstar Games, and Private Division. There's no word yet of how its studios or output will specifically be affected. And in a statement released via Business Wire to announce today's news, Take-Two boss Strauss Zelnick said that Cody's racing output would fit well with the publisher giant's existing sports fare, while Cody's, I think it's Codemasters, short for Codemasters, would benefit from Take-Two's distribution and marketing. At least in the short term, it doesn't sound like Cody's is being made to work exclusively on the cars for GTA 6. We look forward to welcoming Codemasters and all this other stuff, but nothing really interesting. So the people who make Grand Theft Auto just bought a car racing developer for $1 billion. So that's interesting. I wonder. Okay, NBA 2K21 next gen. Everything that's not in the last gen game. This is by Operation Sports. Let's see. Joel Smith. It's evident 2K developing team a substantial amount of work in hopes of putting the next gen, out the genre-defying game once again. Revamp of shooting, passing, and dribbling. In NBA 2K21 next gen, the dev team has taken the Pro Stick to the next level. In the first of 3 courtside reports, it's evident that more control over the Pro Stick shooters will see players have the ability to control the arc of their own shots, which has been tied to the speed they pull down on the right stick. A slow flick will see the arc on your shot. You'll see a high arc on your shot. While a fast flick will see your shot come out flat with little to no arc. You'll see shot bonus if you manage to get the tempo on your shot and hit the ideal arc point. Now there's an ideal arc point. Fast flicks on the pro stick on a shot will see you shoot off the backboard. I'm not exactly sure how this will play out without seeing it, but being able to shoot off the backboard again is a welcome return to shooting in NBA 2K. Dribbling in 2K21 next gen will see carryover of current gen dribbling system that most of us currently enjoy, but taken to another level. Size ups can now be controlled and can be conducted at different speeds based on how fast or slowly you flick the pro stick. This will essentially mean that if you're using a good ball handler, you can set up a defender with a slow rhythm dribble before quickly shifting into another gear and blowing by your defender. Passing gets boosts for next gen with a rewrite of physics code, allowing a greater depth and flexibility in passing, especially on bounce passes. We're going to be able to throw alley-oops off the bounce, as well as alley-oops off the backboard to teammates. Bounce touch passes will now be a thing, with which is something that has never been done in a 2K game before. Lead passing has been fine to lead teammates to the basket or around the three-point line. We'll see. We'll see about that. You say that every year. Dependent on where they are on the court and their movement by tapping the triangle or Y button. Movement, contact, and the impact engine. One area of NBA 2K that we could harp on year in and year out was always been the movement, contact physics between players in the game. Things never quite added up when they came to these elements. In NBA 2K21 next gen, the jump in technology has allowed the 2K dev team to greatly improve on the movement of players on both sides of the ball. I'm honestly most excited by the improvements we should see here, especially on defense. Dribbling was completely scrapped and reprogrammed for next gen. Of course it was. It always is scrapped and redone. That instead of building on a good foundation and creating something great over the course of time, you knock it down and rebuild it. That's what the Egyptians did. They just chiseled over the last pharaoh. It's like that guy didn't exist. I'm great now. Except for signature dribbling styles. This means we should feel unparalleled control that we haven't seen before. Of course, we haven't seen this. This stuff so before. Defense and off the ball movement received some love as well. We read about a few areas that stood out in the part 2 of the court side. Unique contextual motion assets for various basketball situations. Transition stops, leak out, guard break, anchor, space perimeter. Bring an awareness to the look of the players on the floor and give them more life. Improved pathing, cuts, and stops make defenders feel more grounded and fix a lot of sliding from the previous generation. Yeah, that previous generation that promised no more sliding. Yeah, at the beginning of that, they said no more sliding. But now we're serious. I don't think you're serious. I think it's going to be the same game. Almost the same exact game with small little incremental improvements, which is fine. But just say that. You know what I mean? Updated player size detection logic with greater emphasis on player differential. Bigs move like bigs now. Guards move like guards. This includes a lot of new animation content to support signature motion style. Also, the left stick taps allow you to play quick steps, which are really helpful when you need to make subtle adjustments to your defensive position. Foot planning, which they always rewrite every year. You guys know, which is an essential part of players' footwork in almost all situations, is now a bigger focus in NBA 2K and is a huge relief to see. More realistic foot planning should mean we'll see more pinpoint player movement in the court. Body ups is what the 2K dev team is naming battles between the ball handler and defender. We've seen these battles in the last few iterations of 2K, but I always still found it too easy for the ball handler to get by the defender. Hip rides always resulted in the ball handler still managing to get their layup off. It looks like the introduction of next gen and the power brings has hopefully allowed the dev team to balance out both sides of the ball and in the interactions and body up situations. I'm very excited to see how the defense has been improved in next gen because I feel that it hasn't kept up with the offensive changes made by 2K over the last few years. The impact engine has been developed to address in-air collisions and contact. Players should no longer see random chosen animations when defending the hoop and can expect more control when making a play. This should hopefully also equate to players, both user and AI, making better decisions to protect the basket. On-court contact should also see improvements with better detection for charges and blocking fouls. You mean you're going to add charges into the game, at the hoop where Kyle Lowry lives? My player builder, badges, takeover, and next-gen AI offense and defense. This might be a long article, so sit tight. This is something I need to get this out of my system. A little upset about the Xbox Series X. This whole 2K, I love the 2K games, but also they make me so mad. They're like a family member. In the final courtside report, Mike Wang dropped arguably the biggest news about NBA 2K21 Next Gen, confirming rumors about the new My Player Builder, as well as badges and takeovers. I covered the big news, which can take a look at my in-game, my Next Gen My Player deep dive. Chase also, that's me. Chase also broke down the next gen AI offensive and defensive improvements, which will potentially take the game to the next level. Take a look at the links to get the detailed breakdowns in those areas. And then the WNBA and next gen. Not to be that guy, but I'm doing it. This feature is 2 years too late. Of course it is. It's too late to add the women in. It's always too late. Whenever they do something, it's always too late. It's right on time. It's right on time. That being said, the apparent depth that'll be getting in for the WNBA My Player experience, the NBA 2K21 Next Gen, should make up for the delay. The W allows you to create a WNBA My Player and experience a career in the league, both on and off the court. Players also have the capability of experiencing a fully customizable My WNBA franchise mode, which will receive some of the upgrades that My NBA will also receive. More on this later. Some customization options, blah, 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 blah. No one's going to play that anyway. It doesn't really matter. Silly affiliations return. I love when they take out a feature and then bring it back and pretend like it's new. It's really cool. They're like, oh, you like that? We're going to take it away from you for 2 or 3 years and save it for the game that we kind of don't have any upgrades for. We don't have time to do it, but we're going to add this in because it's easy, and then it's a brand new game. Love the game. It's amazing. With the amount of news that has dropped about Next Gen, the announcement of the city instead of the neighborhood, My NBA's upgrade, and arguably the two most hyped features in NBA 2K21 Next Gen with the city, you can now say goodbye to the park and the neighborhood, as we now have been introduced to the biggest evolution of the mode since its inception. This ambitious evolution also sees the return of affiliations, which haven't been in NBA 2K in several years. Add in RPG-like elements. What? RPG-like elements? Are you talking about the same RPG, like the stats that have been in the game for decades? Maybe not decades, maybe a decade actually. And we're in store for something we've never seen in an NBA 2K. Due to the sheer depth of information released regarding the city, take a look at the courtside report detail. Blah, blah, blah. The upgrades to My NBA, broken down by senior producer Dave. I'm not even going to try to say his last name. Starts with a Z, ends with an O. While there's still some features that creators have been vying for that still haven't been added, the decision to merge My GM, My League, and My League Online into one all-encompassing mode and adding additional depth to these modes is not only unexpected but welcome. By reading through the courtside report, you'll clearly see how much work the 2K dev team really put into the next-gen version of the game. This sounds like this guy got paid to write this article. Is all of this changing worth the hype? Since NBA 2K14, the next step in the generation at that time, NBA 2K saw incremental upgrades to the game that gave us better product in some respects, but also issues year in and year out. Yeah, like the park having a lag. It's not this. The connection isn't stable. You go into park events and you just get disconnected for no reason. But you know what? We should make the park bigger and more complicated. That's what we should do, because that works on our LAN at work. Being hyped for the new iteration of 2K started to become something where you had to be cautiously optimistic about the product you were about to receive. NBA 2K21 on current gen had the same optimistic hope behind it, but after small changes, most, including myself, felt like they were playing NBA 2K20.5. And seeing screenshots, videos, courtside reports, and some worldwide launch streams of NBA 2K21 next gen early this week, I can say that the hype feels warranted. Of course you do, because it looks pretty. In NBA 2K, the NBA 2K development team appears to have taken every possible step to ensure that its entrance into the next generation of gaming will leave its mark on the sports gaming genre once again. There's no doubt the developmental team is looking to cement its status as the most innovative, ambitious company to ever deliver a sim product that's as near as real life as possible. NBA 2K21, yeah, real life is possible, like when you were a DJ and then decided to play in the NBA. Love that realistic life simulation. NBA 2K21 Next Gen might just be one of the most ambitious titles we've ever seen. You know what? We should make the park bigger. That's the most ambitious. No, it's not. No, it's not. Calm down. Shh. Relax. We've ever seen, not just in sports genre, but any genre, whatever, however you pronounce it. Now it's time to see if it's any good. Well, you should know before you do that. Ugh, unbelievable. This is interesting. Johnny Depp. You see that that transition? Johnny Depp gets he got fired, basically. He had to step down. He had a legal proceeding. He had a legal issue. His girlfriend said that he hit her. He, hit her all the time. He said she's the one that hit her. And they both beat the crap out of each other, because there's audio of her apologizing to him for just beating the crap out of him one day. And apparently there's also, I didn't hear the audio where he admitted to anything. But so these two people, emotionally unstable, just kind of hitting, smacking each other around, probably having some crazy hot sex, to be honest with you. I think that's what, smack Johnny Depp around a little bit, jump on him, choke him. I mean, I'm not saying that's one of my personal fantasies that I've ever had, but I can assume if you're a woman, that's what's going to happen. If you like it rough, a little bit, you like, someone to bite on your lip, pull your hair a little, you got to take things to the extreme. So Johnny Depp, he was supposed to be in Fantastic Beasts 3. It's a Harry Potter spin-off movie. Of course you know that. He only filmed one scene, but he's getting paid his full salary. In a pandemic, he's going to do it. Johnny Depp will not be appearing in the upcoming third film Fantastic Beasts movie, but he will be receiving the full eight-figure salary he was set to earn by reprising his role as Grindelwald. I don't know. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, but it's interesting. I like seeing him in it. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Depp filmed just one scene for the Fantastic Beasts 3 before exiting the project. Depp and Warner Brothers announced November 6th the actor was resigning from the franchise after losing his libel case against The Sun. Warner Brothers will be on the hook for Depp's full salary, even though he had only shot one scene since production began on September 20th in London. Like many A-list stars, Depp had a so-called pay-or-play contract, which requires that he will be fully compensated whether or not the film is made, and even if it is recast. Dang, that's a good contract. As in common with stars on his level, there's no morality clause in his contract, even though it was amended with each new installment. Technically, Depp was not fired by Warner Brothers, but asked to resign. It is unclear what recourse it would have had if the star refused. Yeah, I wonder. But they can just fire you, but then you still get the money. That's an interesting thing where they can't, they ask to you to resign. So I wonder what the benefit of that is, like publicly. Because publicly, wouldn't you want to fire him because everybody hates him apparently? Like he's a bad guy because he was in this toxic relationship where the woman also hit him? Very, very interesting. So let's see here. Let's see Johnny Depp and the Halo Infinite developer behind the scenes look. Got that. Urosana gives yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, his pectorals a little swollen. This is interesting. San Diego's. This is a hotly. Come on, load. It's not loading. San Diego. This is from Ars Technica. I have no idea what this is. Kate Cox is her name. I remember that's a lot of my Pornhub searches. San Diego spying street lights stuck switched on despite directive. Over the past few years, streetlights in the city of San Diego have become smart, equipped with a slate of cameras and sensors that report back data on the city and its citizens. Denizens? What's denizens mean? Well, let me look up what denizens mean. Hold on a second. Is it like citizens? Is it just a fancy word for denizen or citizens? Move to manage dictionaries. Could you just? No, I don't want it to make calls. Okay. All right. Little fuckface. Dictionary. Go to hell. All right, here we go. Come on now. I'm getting it there. You click dictionary on the thing and it doesn't even work. An inhabitant or occupant of a particular place. So it's citizen. What is historically British? A foreigner allowed certain rights in the adopted country. Shouldn't allow that. So, but now it doesn't even have the. See, since I Googled that, it stopped. See, breathe, Chase. Breathe. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Collections. I'm gonna go back. This is not gonna defeat me. The fact that you cannot Google something from Google in a Google story. Gonna lose it. Just scratching myself. Thousands of street light cameras were supposed to be disabled this fall, the Voice of the San Diego reports, but there is no software switch for doing so. In lieu of disabling the cameras, the vendor responsible for them at the time instead simply cut off the city's network access to the devices. The Smart Street Light project began 5 years ago in 2015 when San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer, a new partnership with GE Lighting to deploy a software-defined lighting technology that will help San Diego solve some of the city's infrastructure challenges, like homeless people. As that's not infrastructure challenge. As the city government describes the proposal, San Diego's initial plan to convert LED streetlights evolved into include a connected digital infrastructure full of sensors and cameras. Sounds like watchdogs, if you ask me. More than 3,000 of the sensor-enabled smart lights were installed around the city map, and the information they collect, theoretically anonymous, is supposed to help the city gain valuable data used for urban planning purposes such as traffic management. But wait, you also get, if there's anything we've learned from Amazon Ring, is that law enforcement tends to view networks of connected cameras as too rich of a target to ignore. So, in San Diego, local police used footage from the citywide surveillance network at least 400 times since 2018. Good. Get the criminals. Are they spying on their wives, cheating on them? That's bad. Are they going to get criminals that are doing bad things? Then get them. Privacy. I don't know if you should have privacy out in the streets, but that's publicly owned and we're the public. So it's like the paparazzi. They're not technically allowed to take pictures of you in your home, but like on the street is legal. You can just take pictures of people on the street. It's the same thing. I don't know. It's interesting. Privacy and civil rights advocates pushed back through 2019. A group called San Diegans for Open Government sued the city last December, alleging that the city was violating by law by failing to provide information about or records from the Smart Street Light program. The San Diego Council unanimously suspended funding for the Smart Streetlight program in July, and Falconer in September ordered the network to be shut down until such time as city leadership could craft ordinance governing the use of such surveillance technology. It's interesting. Like, you try to advance society, maybe, possibly. That's what he was thinking. And then just cause more issues. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Hey, I got a great idea. Why don't we put the street lights? How do we listen to our people? Let's put cameras there. There's street lights everywhere. Why don't we put cameras, microphones in them? Let's listen to the people, hear what they want, and do what they want. We're going to be fine. Are we going to secretly spy on criminals? Yes, of course we are. Yes, of course. But we're going to make the city way, way better. Are we going to use this possibly for blackmailing politicians? Of course we are. This is interesting. This is BBC News. This will be the last news article I read to you guys. Pigeon message found over a century after sent by German soldier. Uh-oh. Is there anything racist in here? I'm betting there is. In September, a couple out for a stroll in the eastern French Alsace region? Alsace. Is that like Allstate? Came across tiny aluminum capsule in a field. Inside was a message written in barely legible German, because he's apparently dumb German. Barely has nothing to do with the fact that it's over 100 years old. German on a kind of tracing paper. The message appears to carry the date 1910 or 1916. Dominic Jardy, curator of the Ling Museum, near where the discovery was made, links 1910 is more likely, describing the find as super rare. He told the paper the capsule was likely to have come to the surface of the soil over time as many military remains from the First World War. They go to the surface. Do they how do they just go to the surface? That's crazy. The soldier was based in then part of Germany, but now France. Well, every place over there was part of Germany as they took it over. The museum in Orbay commemorates the Battle of the Hilltop of Leiling in the Vosges Mountains in 1915, one of the bloodiest encounters in 1914-18 war. The couple brought their find to the museum, where the message in its container is now become an exhibit. Mr. Jardy contacted the German friend to translate the dispatch, which was given in German Gothic script and details German military. Are they going to say what it said? You know, it says some terrible shit when they won't translate it in the news article. I didn't want to read that fully because I wanted to read it live, even though it's not live here on the podcast. Unbelievable. And the last article. We'll go with the last article. I thought this was pretty cool. This professional rock climber, Emily Harrington, becomes the fourth woman to free climb El Capitan in under 24 hours. Emily Harrington, 34, is the fourth woman to ever free climb El Capitan in Yosemite National Park, and the first to do so using the Golden Gate route. Different routes to go up the place. But it's pretty. Now they say free climb is not what it sounds like. They still use a rope, so it's not like she. I think that's called free soloing, if I remember correctly. I went rock climbing in a gym for a few months, so I'm trying to get the lingo down. Respect the hell out of these people. But yeah, she climbed this huge freaking piece of granite. I wish they would tell you how big. I forget what it is how big it is off the top of my head. Yeah, she scaled the massive 3,000-foot granite face on Wednesday as the nation focused on developments in the presidential election. So as we all were, people were whining and crying, hooting and hollering, having issues with everything, this woman was just fingertipping her way up a 3,000-foot granite face, just inch by inch, that she had tried before and had fallen. multiple times by trying to do this route before. There's a picture of her. She hit her head on the wall and there's just blood in her face. She's looking badass. She is badass. Congratulations, Emily Harrington. Emily Harrington. I'll probably give her Instagram a little follow. You know what I mean? I think she deserved it. I don't think I can do any more. Does she have a GoFundMe? All right, but we're over an hour. I've babbled on for long enough. If you've made it this far, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Chase Carter. You can follow me on YouTube. I have NBA 2K20, not 21. I'm not buying into the false narratives that game's going to be good. I have a 2K20 video out. I got a podcast with my buddy Ray called Video Games and Nonsense. That's coming out in a few days. That's a video podcast. I might make this a video podcast too. Who knows? I don't. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. And you'll be hearing from me next week. All right. Take it easy. Easy on you. You got this shit knocking low.